So hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is Court. A few things coming, so I apologize because I have been sick and things just haven't been working out. So I'm back, and there was a few comments or like questions about how I got into calisthenics personally, like how I started, you know, what made me interested in it. So I kind of wanted to do a video to ease on back into filming long form and getting everything together for you guys. So let's get started. How I got into calisthenics, I really didn't know what calisthenics was until maybe 2 years ago. Like 2 years ago, my pull-ups started to get just really good. I started flying off the bar. Like I was just like, I really want to challenge myself. Is there any other variations of pull-ups I can work on? I typed in, what is the hardest pull-up that you could do? On Google, and it said a one-arm pull-up, and I'm like, bet. Don't know how I'm gonna be able to get this thing, but I was very confident in the fact that I was like, I'm gonna get it. I'm going to do this. So I started working on my one-arm pull-up. There were so many other variations I could have done that are a lot easier, but you know, go hard or go home, right? I wasn't even working on weighted pull-ups at the time. So I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and start working on this one-arm pull-up, which introduced me to weighted pull-ups. So this kind of snowballed from just this. They're like, oh, you gotta do, you know, weighted pull-ups and get your weight up and all. I'm like, bet, like, let me just start doing that. And it just snowballed into, oh, this is a really cool thing. It started giving me video suggestions on YouTube on like different calisthenics moves and stuff like that. Then I discovered bent arm planche. Not elbow lever, bent arm planche. Literally the hardest variation of an elbow lever. And I was like, bet, I'm gonna work on that next. And so it just kind of spiraled into learning different skills, trying new things, investing in equipment, getting rings, and it just kind of just spiraled from me wanting to learn a one-arm pull-up. Like that's literally what started the journey for me. It was just like, I want to challenge myself, and pull-ups, what's the hardest thing that I could do? Got my one-arm pull-up, and along the way I started getting really, really strong in pull-ups because I needed to get weighted pull-ups and get stronger in that. That helped me with my one-arm pull-up journey. And someone was like, you should compete in street lifting. Now this is going into a whole nother thing. And I'm like, what's street lifting? What is that? So I've researched it. It's weighted calisthenics. And I'm like, ooh, I think I could be good at this. But I was like, I wasn't sure. Then on a whim, I just decided to register for a street lifting comp. I did it, won, you know. I'm ranked 3rd in the United States overall in classic, so that's really cool. And it just fueled me to just continue to grow in calisthenics, weighted calisthenics, getting more and more skills, researching more and more skills, wanting to just try different things and not being afraid to fail. Like that's the biggest thing. Like I'll see people be like, I want to try this, but I'm scared to fall, or I want to try this, but I'm scared I will look stupid. And I'm just like, you know, maybe I should probably post videos of me, you know, failing or not hitting things all the time to kind of normalize that it's okay to try and fail and not be afraid to try, because if you don't, you're not going to be able to achieve the skills that you would like, that you see me doing, that you see other calisthenics athletes doing. You have to be willing to fail. You got to be willing to do that, fall on your face, not be afraid of people looking at you, because once you get it, they're going to be like, oh, how did you do that? Or I've seen you progressing in the gym and you working on these things. Like, just don't be afraid to try and fail. And also having patience, because this will test you. Like, you want the instant gratification, you want to be able to do things now, and that's not the case when it comes to calisthenics. When it comes to calisthenics, you have to have a lot of patience because a lot of these skills take time. And it took me 2 years to get a one-arm pull-up. 2. And then other skills, it took me maybe like a couple days, a few weeks, depending on the fact that I had the foundation to get these skills, to get these things, to get, you know, the next progression, because I had the foundation already. So things may have come a little bit easier for me. But patience is key when it comes to this sport. You're not going to get things overnight. Some things you may, and some things may click faster than other things. So another reason, that was a whole tangent, another reason why I got into calisthenics, I used to be a cheerleader. So I got into calisthenics also because I used to do gymnastics and I used to do cheer. So like, obviously those things translate. So again, things came a little bit easier for me because I used to be in that realm. So we used to do handstands. Obviously I used to be able to flip and all that stuff. So that was part of my whole childhood. So like handstands may have come a little bit easier. Things on bars may have come a little bit easier for me because of my background. So if you may see me progressing on something and you're like, how did she do it so fast? It's because it may have translated into something I did previously in like cheer or gymnastics. So that's another reason why I chose calisthenics, because it felt familiar. Felt familiar, I loved it, so yeah. Another question that I've got was, where do I start? So first of all, you have to master your basics. It's pull-ups, dips, push-ups, squats, having a strong core. Those are the things and the foundations that you need to start calisthenics. If you're not strong in those things, you know, get strong, because those are the foundations and they translate into other skills. You need that. Do not neglect your upper body. Make sure you're still lifting weights, making sure that you are, you know, still doing your weight training, because that helps with skills. So don't shy away from doing upper body. I'm sorry, if you want to be able to do these things, you're going to have to lift weights. You're going to have to get strong in that. So, you know, don't shy away from that, or else you're not going to be able to get the skills. And train your core. Do not neglect that. You know, it's not all about having the abs, you know, visible abs. So it's having a strong core. You know, you need that. Your glutes, you know, your lower core, upper core, like your obliques, all that. Don't neglect it. Train it. It's important. Okay, and then from there you can start working on basic calisthenics movements. Handstands, your elbow levers, your L-sits. Those are like entry-level calisthenics moves that feel like, you know, it could take a couple weeks for you guys to master. So moving into that. And then once you are comfortable with the basics, the foundation, and then the basic calisthenics moves, start researching on things that you would like to train. And make sure you focus on 2 skills, you know. A push skill and a pull skill. If you have too many skills that you're working on all at once, it becomes overwhelming. You become overtrained, fried. I've done it. Don't do that. Pick 2 skills. Once you get those skills, you can move on. You can move on to other things. So push and pull. So for example, a muscle up is a combination of push and pull. So maybe not that example, but maybe like you want to work on a pull-up variation, and then you want to work on an elbow lever, and then you want to move on to working on like handstands, and you want to start doing muscle ups or something, or a bent arm planche, and you want to do, you know, some type of pull motion. Back levers, front levers, something like that. Skin the cat. I was losing it for a second. But, you know, making sure that you are picking one skill, and then those skills can translate into other skills because they may be foundations for other things. So a lot of it really just snowballs into other calisthenics movements. So that's why I say master the foundation, the basics and stuff like that, because it will take you further if you just try to jump into something and then you're just like, why is it taking me so long? Because you didn't master the basics, the foundations that you need to get into calisthenics. And then lastly, I had a question about how it feels to be a woman in the calisthenics space. I feel like there's a lot of women in the calisthenics space that may not be highlighted, but I have had and found a lot of women on Instagram, TikTok, even YouTube that do the same things I do. We are growing and continuing to grow, and I think that it's awesome to see. So I feel, you know, honored and to be amongst those women that do the things that I do. I think I'm truly inspired by a lot of these women, and you know, we just feed off each other's energy. So the community has been great. I love it. It's just awesome when we cheer each other on. Yeah, I don't know. I can't wait to meet some of these girls that I have met online. I met some people already, and I'm just like, y'all are so cool. So that is that. But yeah, that's all I wanted to kind of talk about, how I got into calisthenics, and kind of give you guys like my background and what I used to do as a person. But continue to watch out for new videos. I'm finally feeling better, so we can get rocking and rolling. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.